Experience, yes, is key to certain position, and one of the reasons why we founded RightSeat in Denise, my co-founder, is there's this big gap between the job available and the job seekers. So employers were complaining, we don't have the right skills, we don't have the right candidates. Well, the skills were not the random skills, yet we have youth and young people who are ready to work, who are complaining about not getting the right opportunities. And one of the reason and biggest reason that prompted us to found RightSeat was how about we be the part of the solution provider. We will not maybe provide all jobs for everyone, but at least we can play a role to connect and bridge the gap between the opportunities that are there and the job seekers. And to that particular group of people who don't have experience, there's one tip or two tips that I want to give them. It's mainly, yes, the way you present your CV. Is it neat? Does it have the right format? Those are the nitty details that says a lot about you as a person. I'm learning as well, being detail-oriented from Denise. She's the expert, but those details of how you present yourself and how you write your cover letters is key. The font has to be the same, and you have to really show why you are interested in that field, not just I hereby apply to this position and things like that. Or sometimes we get CVs that have to whom it might concern. In the audience, we may have students and people who don't necessarily have the work experience. And I know it's a hard subject that is on the table. So I wanted to address to the young people here that at the same time, at school, be involved in many activities, take the leadership, be a volunteer, where you live, because those are the skills that you learn. Yes, you're not being paid, but you're contributing to the community and you're building your CV.
The time for hiring is there. You have much more bigger chances of getting in, at least for the interview, and maybe also getting the position. And I have one small thing of a small story. Just before Christmas, we were hiring, and I gave people the opportunity. There was a LinkedIn meetup, and I gave people an opportunity to come and pitch themselves to me, why they were the best fit for the position I was looking to fill. And it was actually the girl there was only one person who came, and it was the girl who actually also got the job in the end. So it means a lot that you show up and you keep showing up if you want to progress in your career. So I like that.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I think now we can take some questions.
My name is Kaitana Charles. I'm a lecturer in the University of Rwanda. I teach advanced now courses in management, including human resources. You presented very beautiful things. These are some of the things that some of us tell the students. I imagine you are talking about recruitment process or procedures. Am I right? Yeah. However, Rwanda seems to be a very unique country in its own way. So when you're looking at the human resource, particularly when it comes to recruitment, I think there are a number of issues that you have to consider. The cultural context, the political context, the historical context. I want to take on, not in particular individual, but some of you highlighted some of the key issues that are very peculiar in the process of the human resources recruitment in Rwanda. When we teach, we get a very, very raw deal, because the people who come from the background with a terrible background of education, not typical French, not English, not fluent in Rwanda. So they are somewhere there in between. So we patch up. We try to start as if we are teaching from primary, we try to bring them up. At the end of the day, we produce something called a package, someone who's qualified to go and compete in the job in Rwanda. But one very interesting thing that I like about the Rwandese is that whenever they get an opportunity, despite of that background, and they go overseas, they perform very well. Right? I like someone who said that I like someone who comes knowing what he or she wants. And I think I want to also compliment what you say, that someone who has got a passion. Usually when we send them off upon graduation, we tell them that when you came here, you're looking for three things when you're studying. The general knowledge, which is broad knowledge, specific knowledge about the specialization, that is knowledge and skills, and then the evidence that I'm going to school, which reflects in the form of a qualification, a paper. But that's not enough. I'm glad you mentioned it. You must have a passion that I want to do this right from the very beginning. You must know what you want before even you start your training, whatever level. After high school, you must have a realizable dream. You say, I want to be an HR, I want to be an accountant, I want to be a procurement officer, I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to be an engineer or a doctor. Look at beyond this person and take him on. One, you look at the interest of the institution, you know someone you're looking for, then you see, is this person credible? Is he educated? Because someone could even be educated up to PhD. But when it comes to performance, that is a different matter. So all these are the issues, little things that whether from Rwanda or from anywhere, these are some of the most important things you have to consider. Lastly, communication is a key. Because at the end of the day, when you're training someone or recruiting someone, you want someone who can come and build a career, what we call career progression and career development. But you cannot do that if you cannot communicate. And this you cannot teach anyone. You can get this, but the person must be able to express himself or herself. Because you may have knowledge and skills, but who cares if you can't explain and tell other people what you know? An employer is not interested in that thing. He wants you to be able to perform and write a report.
Since July last year, I was applying for a job. And I used to go to those websites and apply to all the jobs that I was looking for. Because I wanted to go in HR. I keep applying for jobs in HR. Even Denise knows me from a friend. I met Tracy through Lucy. I met Joanna. So whoever I see, I'm looking for a job right now. I just want to know, don't give up. Keep applying, okay? Keep updating your CV if you feel like they're looking for someone. Because I was looking for two positions, HR and operations. Because those are the two positions I know I can fit in, and I know I can perform very well. So each time I'll apply for those two jobs, I'll update my CV. So whoever is looking for a job right now, don't give up. So by July, August, and until December, that's when I finally got a job. And I'm really thankful about job in Rwanda because I got the job from the website. So I just went online and I did. The second thing is I took a membership from this library, the one in Kachin. So I had like every month I would renew my membership. Sorry, and I'll go and keep on and apply. And finally one day I got a job. So don't give up.
But I like them the most when I can fit them into a general recruitment process. Because there is so much bias also in recruitment processes of people knowing somebody and sometimes it's not so transparent if it's their cousin or if it's who is who. I think if you're locally Rwandan, you might know it better than somebody like me. But I think a good recommendations or being aware. Sometimes we don't know who is the good candidates in the market. We know some, especially those who has gone through our recruitment process before. But to get new, I'm always happy when I receive a CV from a good candidate I might not use the CV now, but recruitment comes up on a regular basis, so it's really nice when a good candidate is recommended, or they write me and say, I'd like to talk to you because I'm looking for a job. I might not have a lot of time, but good candidates, I tend to give some time to just meet you and see who you are. Yeah, that's my take.
A good recommendation, like my colleague said, is very good, especially when you are recruiting at mid-level to the top senior positions. And that candidate, it's not automatic. This candidate has to go through the process. And if the candidate doesn't satisfy you through the process, like we say, as far as I'm concerned, the candidate just competes with others, and when they cannot make it on that role, I keep the CV, and next time they can fit on another one, but it's not automatic that they have to take the role. Thank you. First of all, there is the soft skills. It's very, very important. As much as someone goes to school, they acquire the knowledge and skills, it's very, very important that you are able to communicate. You are able to interact in a way which is very clear. For example, in a multicultural society, are you able to express yourself, assuming you're in a managerial position, or assuming you're starting at the very, very lowest point? Being very confident, being able to communicate, communication skills is very, very important. And how will one look at this? The way you will respond to an email, for example, which has been sent to you, informing you about the interview.
To form an organization of HR personalities in Rwanda, and I'm a committee advisor. But I want to tell these young men and women who are looking for a job that take heart. Your job is always there. It's very important to know that you are created in your own way, like the Christians say and other religious groups, that there is always something for you. So don't lose heart. That's one problem. Second, you should know that the world is rough, and you must be an active player. You must be prepared to be a game player. Now, when it comes to issues of corruption, this is relative. What you call corruption, others don't call it corruption. There is in other countries, I've traveled very extensively, by the way, that some people use what we call head hunting. Yeah, you head hunt. You don't have resources to waste. You want to identify that particular person that you want. Very prevalent also, especially in Western world. It's when it comes to these big positions, hunting is acceptable. So that's one. Two, professionally, like the colleagues over there say, prepare yourself. Your CV, get ready, psychologically, technically, and academically. And then you go and fight your war. Thank you.
My name is Babs, the head of HR Action Aid International. Let me just make a brief comment on the CV, and then on how the candidate would make an application. Only two. No, any job, any post that is advertised has, I believe, it has the TOR, the terms of reference. So here is the candidate who is just looking for a job, whether it is in accounting, whether it is in HR, whether it is in administration. Then because there is that kind of copy-paste, as colleague Amos was mentioning, he or she will not go into the details of the TOR to differentiate the difference between the job descriptions in post A from job descriptions in post B. Then if he or she just gets that kind of format from an internet cafe, then every time the CV or the application is rejected. So this is just a clue. Just when you look at any advert, go through the terms of reference. See what is within your professional remits. Then when you go to the experience, you may have 12, 15 years of experience, but in what kind of field? Is the type of experience, the years of experience you have, is it relevant to really that one that has been advertised? if I'm an HR professional and there is an advert in management or marketing, other relevant or irrelevant experience you may have in other different fields. Why? Depending on an organizational culture or the type of skills they want, you may be a multi-role candidate. They say, okay, he has 10 years experience in accounting. He has 3 years experience in administration. But since accounting and administration, it makes 8. Maybe 2 years in procurement. Those are relevant experience qualifications that can form one thing. They say, maybe this one can be a multi-role candidate. Probably that would add to the advantage of that particular candidate. Thank you.
And I think in some ways it's also shifting the mentality from that you as a company or you as a candidate are the lucky one to get a job. It should be the company who is lucky to get you. That is where there is the right fit. If a company really feels lucky to have you, they're going to treat you right, and you will be the right person to be with them. And it means, and I think it's really important also here in Rwanda, because unemployment is also high, that people have the confidence of believing that they are worth the investment and believing that the companies are lucky to get them.
First of all, right from the word go, there is always a misconception to understand what exactly is retention. Because from maybe a scholarly point of view, the lecturer there will guide me and the rest of the people would correct me when I go wrong. If you're in a position, say, which you got 15 years ago or 20 years ago, let's say you are an accountant in one role. Maybe you looked for a job and then at the end of the day, after 5 years or 10 years, you landed it and you have been in that position. The company is not looking at your aspirations and your objectives in your career, and it's just a matter of just doing that job, then you earn a salary, no one has actually chased you, probably you are waiting for retirement or to get your final package, and then there is even nothing you are learning, and then when somebody asks you, for how long have you been in this position, you say 20 years, is that retention? I need to be guided. So retention, from my understanding, needs to first of all look at how you have walked the journey from the time you entered the organization and you have been there for a foreseeable future, and there has been a fit or there has been a balance between your objectives and then the objectives of the organization. In other words, in your career growth, in your progression from one level to the other, in experiencing different positions and multitasking, multi-skilling from one position to the other, and also growing, and also the company in the last 20 years has been able to get something from you. As far as I'm concerned, I think that makes sense. If you have grown through the ladder, as we know the whole cycle, right from recruitment, that makes sense, other than the first case that I described. Thank you so much.
I'm the general manager of Food from Farmers, Tam Tam Bakery. I also represent 13 other companies. Tam Tam, let me give an example of Tam Tam. My question is like this. At what point, the business is new for us who are entrepreneurs and we're starting a new business. At what point should we incorporate or put the department for HR? At that point, you've started a new business, you don't have capital, you don't have what. The general manages everything, he's a driver, he does everything, at that point, yeah? So, at what point, likely right now, let's say for Tam Tam, we have around 40 employees now. And I'm really frustrated with, the workers. So at what point should should I put the HR department? I actually attempted and I even wrote to Job Rwanda, and they responded to me this week. I'm here to activate the discussion.
I'm HR in charge of policies and strategic planning. So I want to take you a little bit on the comment where I want to ask about Ichimenyane, things that even yesterday in retreat the leaders talked about. There is something as HR practitioners we need to do about it. Only one thing that we need to do, and we say that at least we made our role as HR, is that we do risk analysis on the position, and if someone who's coming in, let's say for example someone is saying that I need this person in this position, if you don't have something to do about that, you say, or you don't have comment, okay, that person will come. But if you say that this person, it comes, we will have this risk, and the way to mitigate those risks, it will cost the organization this and that. The leader will look at that in that perspective. So you need to do risk analysis not for all positions, as my colleague said, but at least for the key positions.
My question is waiting for the part of great attention. I work with students of post-study bachelor's degree, and I'll try to help them repatriate here in Africa. But I always get jobs that need experience, 5 years. I've had every level experience. My question is back to all HR managers that are here. What are you doing to retain your people? Why are you not leaving room for entry jobs, right? Why are people cashiers for 5 years and they can't see? It would be okay, Volkswagen coming in and taking your HR if you've trained a trainer that has left someone else behind. So I'm wondering, what are we all doing here to leave room for people who are graduating, and why are we not also incorporating internship program? That's also a challenge that we face, because we fly them every summer to come and work here in the continent of Africa.
I've been an HR for over 10 years. I'm the General Secretary of Rwanda Human Resource Management Organization. We are aiming at HR professional development in Rwanda. My question is to the recruitment firm here. I wonder whether we are basing our recruitment on a research profile on key positions. With that, I feel maybe if you have that research profile on key position, we will have to eliminate some of the challenges that we are having, like that one of relationship based on the challenge of struggling for candidates, like in one of the struggling to select the key candidate or key staff from our company. The recruitment firm will have the pool of candidates if they are having that research or surveyed profile on a key position. With that, I mean that you have to have a profile in key position, testing their skills, attitude, behavior. With that one, I managed to read about the one done by CIPD. CIPD, the one that is published by the People's Performance on Key Positions. Maybe I was interested to research on the HR position in particular. With that one, I came to find out that the key elements that one should possess about the skills and the organization culture that they need, the key elements they will need: one who is social, enterprising, and an artist. With maybe the first two, one can get it clear, but maybe with that one of the artist, one that can know what he can do, or the decision to take in every situation that he is in. But my key question is to ask in the recruitment firm whether they basing the recruitment.
What are you doing to work at the gap between, because we see that the employers, we also work with recruiting, the employers have a big problem in finding talented recruits in the companies, and the students are obviously having a hard time finding jobs. In our research, we've seen that in Rwanda, there's only 10% of the graduates in Rwanda who believe that they will actually get a job 1 year after graduation, which is obviously very scary. I want to know what Jobs in Rwanda is doing to in a sense, also look at the education level here in Rwanda. What are you doing to find a solution for the problem? Because it's obviously not just you, it's also the educational program that needs to change, because a graduated student compared to a student who hasn't started yet, many companies even value that student more because they're more open to learning and going through a shorter training process with the company. So I would be more interested to hear, especially from Jobs in Rwanda, also about your process when you go through CVs, the tagging system. Is that a virtual system, a computer system that does that, or do you have people actually going through tagging every CV, and out of 2,000 applicants, how many would you say are actually viable for the job?
So we encourage, we are a recruitment agency, so what we do, we encourage employers to set, like, to create internships, positions like for interns. So for those fresh graduates to have, to get experience. So what we do is to encourage those employers, approach them, let them know that out there that fresh graduates would experience. So we encourage them to open those positions for interns. And for the second questions, you were asking how we do the screening. First of all, we post the job description, we post the job, and we get applications. And well, like I said before, we have a system that filter. We put a keyword, and it filters like best candidates. And after that, we go through all the CVs. So it's like, because we don't trust the system. As recruiters, we go through those CVs to make sure we pre-select qualified candidates.
At the African Leadership University, we're privileged to have a leadership board, which is a system that not only looks at the academic development of a student, but also meets the criteria of what an employer would want of a student coming out of university. But as Gabriel has mentioned earlier, only 10% of the people who actually graduate from university expect to get a job after stepping out of university. And this is a mindset that was created by the generation before us, where the education system was not strong enough to actually build individuals who would step out and actually be able to tackle certain situations, which is not the case currently, given such universities are implementing the systems that make us ready to face what is in the job market when we step out. But then there's a mindset that I've spoken about earlier. And then there's the terminology most HR people use, which is experience. When they brand a job and say 5 years of experience, well, yet somebody who has stepped out of university is able to meet that job. Recently, I had a situation whereby someone went to look for a job as a marketing director of a certain firm. But because she was 22 and had just finished university, regardless of the fact that she was very capable of filling the position, had the skills, could express herself freely, and was able to actually tackle the job.
The person doing the work instead of going directly to his own. So basically it's like, how do you go about choosing between technical know-how and that of resume writing for an employer?
How are you profiled online? How are you looking at LinkedIn? Do you look professional? Go have coffee meetings with people, make sure that you present yourself well, both online and in person. And if you're unsure about personal branding, Google it. I'm sure you can find a lot of suggestions of how you can do it in a good way. But if you don't have like a long CV, personal branding is key to also get a job. Yeah, thank you.
We are an innovative ecosystem for professionals, entrepreneurs, business owners, managers, leaders, as well as students. My name is Christian Kitumaini, and I'm a strategy consultant. I work for Inkomoko Business Development, and I'm the founder of G5 Business Makers Program. And yeah, I was saying G5 wants to help all those people out here to come together with their knowledge and share with each other. we do believe that each one among us here has different experience, no matter how little, big it can be, but it can inspire other people, other companies, other professionals to leave this stage to a higher stage. We want to make Rwanda and the professionals and knowledge that we have to improve ourselves to compete with the other regions and other countries in Africa and position ourselves and compete even in the international market. We want to align with the country vision of making Rwanda a knowledge-based economy, and we can only do that if all the professionals, we can come together monthly through our gathering, discuss different topics, learn from each other, inspire each other, and help equip ourselves to become better professionals. That's why we do have like our monthly events with different setup, different formats, different topics. And I do invite you, all of you, on our monthly event. Just feel free to come and follow us on social media. We are on all the social media. We shall keep you updated on all our coming events. And in case you're an expert in a specific area, for example, marketing, branding, understanding the Rwandan and AC consumers. If you're an expert in real estate, we have different topics related to professional developments, and we shall be happy to have you on the panel if you are an expert and you can help other people unleash their potential of knowledge and grow to another level. Our annual conference, you have like a free pass, and as a premium member, it's open to companies, and as well, there are a lot of other benefits. You can visit our website to learn more about those membership. And I would like really to thank our dear panelists. Thanks so much for making this evening an exciting evening. I've learned a lot about retention. I've learned a lot about performance, and thanks so much. I do believe you did the same. I would also like to thank African Leadership University. There is a partnership between G5 and African Leadership University that will be completed soon. And in case there is a representative for IDEA for Africa here, I would like also to thank you for coming. And a big shout out to one of our main sponsors, Inkomoko Business Development. Thanks so much for the sponsorship and always being there to guide us and your advice. And allow me to welcome briefly the Managing Director for Inkomoko. She has a few words to tell you. Then we shall proceed to the free open networking session where there is cocktail and snacks.
I will try to use 1 minute. I know we went over time. So Inkomoko Business Development, we are a business development company. We provide business consulting to SMEs. Just to give you like a quick, can you hear me? Yes. Okay, perfect. Just to give you like a practical example of where we can help any SME, we've been talking about HR. So when we come in, we will help you to know how many staff do you actually need, or how many people can you actually retain on a payroll based on your cash flow. That's like one. How can we make your operations as efficient as possible so you can minimize losses? So it's really a package of services, and I can talk more about the services.
Expectations, this will increase the interaction between all those categories of people I've mentioned, and also people will learn the practical way of how the whole cycle, the employment cycle, can be bridged at different levels, recruitment, retention. So people were picking, of course, takeaways. People picked a lot of things from this kind of conversation in different ways, depending on who they are. If they are consultants, if they are employers, if they are, based on who they are, they have actually picked a lot, and they are also going to keep the interaction through the social networking and also contacts with the different people here. This is a very good step. Such fora are good steps towards that, because you can't have a knowledge-based economy when you don't have such avenues for interaction between the different categories of people, consultants, entrepreneurs, students, academicians, professors, and so on and so forth. So that is one of the contributors towards that. So as we walk the journey towards the knowledge-based economy, such fora are very, very important in that journey.
We want to bring all the professionals in Rwanda to be able to share knowledge so that we align with the Rwanda 2020 vision of making Rwanda a knowledge-based economy, where we can be able to compete with other regions as well as competing with old ones. I came back to Rwanda like 1 year ago, and I was looking for a good business networking environment, and I could not really find it. That's why I was living in Bangkok, and there was different events that I was going out to, which helps me gain more insights, gain more experience, get more knowledge through those events. And then I thought of why not doing it here? And I talked to different friends who really encouraged me to do so, and there we are. And I'm really optimistic about G5, and I do believe we're going to make a great impact. If you are a professional out there, if you are a business owner, leaders, managers, as well as students, and would like to contribute, bring a solution and the knowledge sharing to other people, you're welcome to join G5 as a member. We have two types of membership, the basic and the premium membership. The basic is per person membership for professional, and the premium is for companies. And those memberships come with a lot of benefits to both parties. And we want to have professionals be equipped with knowledge, with the capacity that can be able to tackle their workplace challenges as well as meet the international standards. Whenever they go abroad, they have all the knowledge necessary to have them in their career. Last month we had like our big Meet the Professional event, where we had like 12 companies who were represented and branding themselves. And as well, we had like a turnover of around 120 people. It was like a branding and marketing for different companies. And next month we are having another different setup for events, and the dates and the theme is out there. The venue is confirmed, but the date is yet to be confirmed. So just check us on social media, follow us, and the next event will be released very soon, because we look forward and excited about that.